Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the top 10 most infamous court cases in history. These trials captivated the public and left a significant impact on society and the legal system. From shocking verdicts to dramatic courtroom moments, these cases are unforgettable. Let's get started. Number 10. President Bill Clinton's impeachment hearings. Who could forget President Bill Clinton's famous line, "I did not have sexual relations with that woman." In January 1998, Clinton was accused of having an affair with White House intern Monica Lewinsky. This led to charges of perjury and obstruction of justice, culminating in his impeachment by the House of Representatives. The televised Senate trial in 1999 was filled with intimate details about the president's personal life. However, Clinton's opponents failed to secure enough votes for removal, allowing him to complete his term. Number 9. Lizzie Borden's murder trial. In 1893, Lizzie Borden stood trial for the gruesome murders of her father and stepmother in Fall River, Massachusetts. The crime was shocking, with many believing Lizzie was the only one capable of committing it. Her strange calmness and inconsistent stories fueled suspicion. Despite the horrific nature of the crime, the jury deliberated for just an hour and a half before acquitting her. Though found not guilty, Lizzie lived the rest of her life ostracized by her community. Number 8. The Cassie Anthony murder trial. The 2011 Cassie Anthony trial became a media sensation. Accused of murdering her daughter Kaylee, Cassie was portrayed either as a neglectful party girl or a grieving mother. Despite a long and costly prosecution, the cause of Kaylee's death remained unclear. The prosecution sought the death penalty, but the defense argued Kaylee had drowned accidentally. After a highly publicized trial, Cassie was acquitted, sparking widespread outrage. Number 7. The Manson family murder trial. In August 1969, cult leader Charles Manson orchestrated a series of murders that shocked the world. Among the victims were actress Sharon Tate, who was 8 months pregnant, and supermarket owners Leno and Rosemary LaBianca. The trial was a media circus, with Manson and his followers behaving bizarrely in court. Despite their antics, the jury found them all guilty, leading to death sentences for the killers. Number 6. The Julius and Ethel Rosenberg espionage trial. During the Cold War, Julius and Ethel Rosenberg were convicted of spying for the Soviet Union. Arrested in 1950, the couple faced accusations of passing nuclear secrets, largely based on the testimony of Ethel's brother, David Greenglass. Despite their claims of innocence, the Rosenbergs were found guilty and executed in 1953, becoming the only American civilians to be executed for espionage during peacetime. Number 5. The Nureberg Trials. After World War II, the Nuremberg trials sought justice for the crimes committed by Nazi leaders. The trials, held in the relatively undamaged city of Nuremberg, were overseen by an international military tribunal. The proceedings revealed the full extent of the Nazi atrocities, leading to the execution of 12 defendants. The trials established a precedent for prosecuting war crimes and crimes against humanity. Number 4. The murder trial of O.J. Simpson. The O.J. Simpson trial began with a slow-speed car chase watched by nearly 100 million people. Accused of murdering his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ronald Goldman, Simpson's trial became a global spectacle. The case's turning point came when the prosecution asked Simpson to try on a blood-stained glove, which famously didn't fit. Despite extensive evidence, Simpson was acquitted, leaving the public divided on the verdict. Number 3. The trial of the Chicago 7. During the 1968 Democratic National Convention, protests against the Vietnam War erupted into violent clashes. 8 men were charged with conspiracy and inciting a riot, leading to a controversial trial. The court proceedings were chaotic, with one defendant, Bobby Seale, being bound and gagged in the courtroom. The trial highlighted issues of free speech and judicial bias, and was later dramatized in the film The Trial of the Chicago 7. Number 2. The Linberg kidnapping trial. A national tragedy struck in 1932 when Charles Lindbergh's infant son was kidnapped and later found dead. The investigation led to the arrest of Bruno Richard Hauptmann, whose trial became one of the most publicized in history. Despite weak evidence, Hauptmann was convicted and executed, but doubts about his guilt persist to this day. Number 1. The Leopold and Loed trial. In 1924, Nathan Leopold and Richard Loed, 2 wealthy students, believed they could commit the perfect crime by murdering 14-year-old Bobby Franks. Their plan unraveled when Leopold's glasses were found near the body. Famed attorney Clarence Darrow defended them, pleading guilty to avoid the death penalty. After an impassioned plea, the judge sentenced them to life in prison. And there you have it, 10 of history's most infamous court cases. Have you heard of these trials before? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more intriguing content. Until next time, stay curious.